She chose him over me. We were inseparable. From the first grade to the last day of high school, Elena and I lived in our own little world filled with inside jokes, movie marathons, and promises that nothing would ever change. She was sunshine in human form, the kind of person who made you believe the world was a little less heavy just by sitting next to you. And me? I was the quiet one. I listened more than I spoke. I felt more than I ever dared to say. Especially when it came to her. I think I knew I loved Elena long before I understood what love even was. It lived quietly in the way I memorized her laugh, in how my heart skipped a beat every time she smiled at me like I was the only one who mattered. But I never told her. I couldn't. I was scared it would ruin everything. Then she met Jake. He was charming, loud, the kind of guy who knew exactly what to say to get what he wanted. From the moment she introduced us, something in me recoiled. He smiled at me like I was a threat, even though I never said a word. I shook his hand and told Elena I was happy for her. I lied. I watched her fall for him like a slow-motion car crash. I couldn't stop. She started texting me less. Our Friday night movie marathons turned into, "Sorry, Jake's taking me out tonight." She used to call me to talk about her day. Now she called to tell me what he'd said, what he'd done, how amazing he was. And every time she did, I smiled. I told her I was glad she was happy. And inside, something cracked a little more. It wasn't just that she had someone else. It was that I was no longer the one she turned to first. I became a background character in her new story. I tried to hang on. I kept showing up, kept pretending her absence didn't feel like a bruise. I laughed at her jokes, listened to her talk about Jake, sat through the awkward silences when he joined our hangouts. He never said much to me, just held her hand and looked at me like he knew something I didn't. Maybe he did. One night, I sat alone in my room, scrolling through old photos. Us in silly costumes, us making ridiculous faces. Us before? I stared at a message I'd typed and deleted 100 times. I miss us, I miss you, but I never sent it. Elena didn't leave me on purpose. That's what I tell myself. She just followed her heart. The problem is, mine was always right behind hers, and she never saw it. The last time we spoke, she hugged me like nothing was wrong, said, "You'll always be my person, Liz." And I just smiled, because I knew she already had a new one. Sometimes, the heartbreak isn't loud. It doesn't come with a dramatic goodbye. Sometimes, it's quiet. It's realizing the person you love loves someone else and they don't even know they've broken your heart.